Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 156 of Don't Starve Reign of Giants. Last episode, I didn't get what I wanted done, but I did get a good bit done. So we shaved an insane amount of beefalo, far more than I honestly expected. We went over here to kill Glommer, but I killed him the same day, so he didn't spawn yet. So next night we're going to deal with Glommer. We also dealt with a hound attack over there. We dealt with an entire hound attack of ice hounds, regular hounds. There's like 10, close to 10 of them by myself without any spider assistance. It was pretty impressive. I think I had a few spiders, but like 4 or 5, but I mean, they were just distractions. I did melee them down. It did work out rather well. It was not exactly what I intended to have happen, but we survived. Now, I do want to head back over to the tree farm. What I'm going to end up doing is pretty much just popping down an insane amount of pine cones. I realize that's also a potential fire hazard, but of course, if I'm not near there during summer, it should be okay. So let's throw down that thermal stone. Take the way warmer one. Let's go over there. It's going to be night here, so what I'm going to need to do... Actually, no. We're not going to go over there right now. We're going to make our trek now over to Glommer, and then we're going to get Glommer, then we're going to come back. Because Glommer's just about to show up here. It's during night. I want to keep getting Glommer. I want to keep cycling him out. I mean, I haven't been doing that enough lately. That's good and bad. I mean, I've been using him to get a bunch of Glommer gloop, which is useful. But now that we're going to do the tree farm the way that we're going to do, I might end up needing a whole bunch more old bells. Of course, if a certain boss would spawn, that would solve the issue. I'm just waiting to make sure it's indeed a full moon before we hop through that portal, wormhole, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we could go use... We could definitely go use a Bigfoot foot up here. There's no mistaking that. But I want to have the satisfaction of running Bearger through there and just watching him destroy everything. That's what I want. That is what I want indeed. So, Glommer, I also want you, please be back here. Be available. Give me that Glommer flower. There it is. There it is. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. What's up? So, I will probably let him continue to sit in this spot and make dookie. Of course, I want the fuel and stuff. And then next full moon, we'll cycle him out again just to get some more old bells. And let's get our butts home and hopefully back over to the tree farm this episode. There's only 9 and 6. There's only like 6 days left in winter. So we have a chance for Deerclops to spawn. And of course, as we've done before, if Deerclops wants to come after me, he's more than welcome to. I have enough tooth traps to accommodate him. It's going to be a sad day for Deerclops if he comes after me. It'll be a sad day indeed. He won't have the satisfaction of living for a little bit like Bearger will whenever we're breaking things. Nope, Deerclops is probably just going to die. I don't think bringing Deerclops over here is a smart idea because, one, he's slower than Bearger, so he doesn't follow you as well. He doesn't have a ground pound. He can walk through things and break them, but nowhere near to the extent that Bearger does, so I'm going to rely on Bearger. I will put this over here, and I will get myself a new thermal stone. So we've been using forest turf and savanna turf and like all kinds of turf in general, just like as a fuel. I'm trying to get rid of it. That turkey is already done. Well, damn. That was quick. Oh, and you also might have noticed I'm trying to record 60 FPS now on Don't Starve. I've shied away from it previously because sometimes it doesn't work out so hot. Like right now, it might be because of my spiders, but my frames are kind of tanking. And I don't want to negatively impact the series, but I would like to, of course, have 60 FPS video because it does look way better. Like once you see something in 60 FPS, it is so hard to go back to it. I mean, I've always played games with high frame rates, but like watching it through YouTube with 60 FPS, there's a huge difference. There's a huge difference indeed. My sanity is also doing piss poor. That's because we've been doing the whole wormhole thing. Do I want to eat like jerky or anything? Now that I think about it, I'm fairly certain the jerky in here is stale. And this being what it is basically just rot. So why don't I take this out? I'm going to throw it in the rot chest. That's not the rot chest. And we'll just let this turn into rot. So of course I don't get sanity from eating jerky. Let me take this meat, let's put this on the rack, and then maybe I'll just make some meatballs. Some sanity from meatballs. Of course, I'll be wearing my damage lantern and we'll get some sanity that way, but I get 5 sanity per each meatball. I'm not in a hurry to get my sanity up, but I don't like having it low. That's no fun. So let me just put it all in here. Yeah, I think night when all the fireflies come out, definitely, like, the frames have already returned. I think part of my frames, it's the spiders, but I still suspect fireflies are causing an issue. Anyway, let's take out 3 of these. Still want to go over to my tree farm, my future tree farm, but of course I am a little occupado. Throw that in here. Go ahead and cook these up. Weber is clearly cold. He's shivering. Yeah, yellow thermal stone. Just rub that on your face. Just rub that on their face. It's like one of those heat packs. You snap them and they get warm. Just put that down your pants, Weber. That'll feel good. Put that on your butt. Anybody ever get... Did you ever get like a hand warmer? And like it's winter, it's cold. You have hand warmer and your hands are cold. And put your hands on your butt. That's me. I don't care what I look like in public. If I'm cold, I'm going to put a hand warmer on my butt. Feels good. That was random, I know, but that's okay. Let's let the fire continue. I will also slap down the rocky turf here. We're going to be using a lot of these here shortly. Now, I mean, I don't need this jerky on me. In fact, if we're going to be using 3 meatballs, there's no point in really even having any of it on me because that's quite a bit of hunger there. So, of course, Tam O'Shanter is going to send his sanity way back up. But I just wanted to have the meatballs there. They'll help me pick these flowers if I wanted to. I'm not worried about it. It'll go up over time. We'll be fine. So let's think about how we're going to handle the tree farm here. I also should replace my football helmet because we have been relying on this quite a bit. Old Bell, I'll put you down here for now. There is all of these trees. Do I want to cycle out the tree farm and then plant them? That's not a half bad idea because if we cycle out the tree farm, then I can get better, closer, tighter placement. Not a bad idea. So one of these is worse off than the others. There it is. One of these is not like the others. One of these does not belong. One is at 67%. The rest is at 100. So every time I do this, it'll never change. I will never not be concerned. I also need to put the razor away. We've had this on us for far too long. Okay. Deep breaths. It's going to be night, so it's going to be harder to see the shadow. Okay, he's coming from what sounds like my right. There he is. We're good. We're good. Just deep breaths, man. Deep breaths. I'm telling you, I will never not be worried. And he already hit this one because he walked through it. So this is why I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put them all over the place. Okay, so stay away from those dudes because I'm trying to get my sanity up. It's not good standing next to him. Thermal stone is doing its thing, and by doing its thing I mean not doing its thing. Let's go ahead and warm up real fast so we can continue to be busy. Pick up those logs. Pick up the additional pine cones, which is going to help because if I'm going to make this farm as potentially big as I'm thinking, well, I'm going to go all out. I am going to go all freaking out. Thermal stone. Sometimes I feel like you get warmer quicker when you're on the ground, which doesn't make much sense to me, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I will just do that. You get warm, sir. Hey, you need fixed. How could I have missed you? You'd figure after all this time I know how to reset tooth traps, but I guess not. Okay, you can have some rot. Yeah, that fire is huge. That's a toasty ass thermal stone. Let's go. Razor, you know what? I'm just gonna go drop you off right now because I have forgotten about you for far too long, and I don't need this in my life. Razor, maybe later. Maybe we'll get to see the beefalo grow their hair back because they look funny whenever their hair comes in. Nope, looks like they already grew back. Oh, ooh, they got red butt, but it's not spring. Strange. It's very strange. Usually they only mate in spring. Well, that's also a lot of dead spiders. Ooh, I want to see what's going to happen to the spider queen. Thanks for the show. Oh, the penguins are going to die. There's so many beefalos. Stampede. Oh, you guys have no chance. You have no... Maybe if you gang up on a single beefalo, the spider queen will probably kill one, but... Yeah, I don't think the spider queen's going to kill at least one beefalo. Because they're not... There you go, now they're joining, but they weren't helping her immediately, or helping it immediately. Bye-bye spiders. Bye-bye penguins. I would love to get those eggs, but... we're not exactly in a position to do that. We're going to let them duke it out. They're going to sleep on that spot, so I can't exactly loot it. We'll just let it... It'll play out, okay? I'm just a spectator. that was pretty funny, you gotta admit. Could bring a... I kind of... Last time I brought a tree yard over, one died, but it was still pretty funny watching him get his ass beat. For some reason, I'm strangely satisfied when a tree guard gets killed by something natural, like the environment, like another enemy, rather than me doing it or setting spiders after him. Just watching Beefalo kill things, it's so fun. I love Beefalo. Alright, so we're going to be a little bit cold here. As much as I want to just nuke this, the stumps here and get warm off of them, that's a very piss-poor decision. So let's run up yonder, get warm again. Of course, sitting there watching the show wasn't very wise, because obviously I was wasting time on my thermostat, but it was totally worth it. Let's be real. I'm going to let this torch wear out. In fact, I'm probably going to let this torch carry, I'm probably just going to take this torch back down and go ahead and continue to pick up things. So let me make these. I'll just make another backup one. Inventory is quite full. Of course, it's going to get even more full. But let's run back down here. I need to make a pickaxe. I've got a lot of stuff to do. The ride never ends. It's time to eat one of these meatballs, so we'll get a little bit of sanity back. So we're at 70, so it came back up. It was at like 50 at its lowest point, which we've already fixed that using the Tam O'Shanter. Speaking of that, I do want to repair this bad boy. I always get worried when we start getting down to like 40%. Just, nope. I know you're a tree, man. I want to light you on fire. Is that so much to ask? Why can't it just be light tree? I think if I attack him, he might have a chance to catch on fire. That I don't know for sure. So I won't do it. I'm not going to risk it. Maybe I'll walk him over to the Beefalo in the day. Who knows? That's a full inventory. I can, of course, drop stacks of logs like this on the ground and then pick up more, which I'm going to put 20 in my inventory because I obviously want my placeholders. But that way I can use like my third hand to carry some over if we need to. 18 gold, 40 flint. I should probably drop some flint off at home. I don't like to have a full stack because if I find some and I want to pick it up, I obviously don't want a second inventory slot being taken up. That's just annoying. That is all of them. Now, how many of these can I pick up? Of course, I just broke a torch, so we should be able to hold more. Sweet. I'm going to start getting cold here. But maybe if I follow the fireflies, maybe I can get home in time. We do not have another backup torch. Be wary of this. However, I think I'll get home in time. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. We got this. Just follow the fireflies because they're kind of on the path. Eventually, there will be path everywhere, and it will be amazing. Alright, Beefalo wool, do your thing. Alright, that's enough Beefalo wool. I'm using the turf first. I'm going to let this torch go bye-bye, and then I think I'm going to craft 2 fresh ones. So we've, it's kind of funny because we emptied one of these, this chest full of all the pine cones. Now we're filling up with logs. Good freaking stuff. That stuff dried already? What the hell? I thought things dried quicker in summer, not winter, but it seems to be that doesn't seem to be the case right now. I want 20 on me. Placeholders and stuff. Torch, please just die on me. Die. Meatball, it's not time to eat quite yet. I realize I have all these pine cones that's not exactly helping. I should drop them off next time when we come back over because we're going to have to make another deposit. But let me pick up all of this. All of this meat because you get an ice box so it lasts that much longer. 40. Wow, I have 5 stacks. 5 full stacks of pine cones only right now. That's a lot of that's a lot of trees. I don't know if I'll get through that many. Well, I think we're going to be set for logs for a while. I enjoy this fact. Quite a bit. Then put these things on the racks. There we are. Still have some food. Really warm thermal stones. Let me head over here. Let's probably burn down the stumps and then go harvest the other tree farm. Fingers crossed. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the time to do it. I'm always going to panic. I'm also going to go ahead and make 2 emergency torches. I know inventory space is kind of crucial at the moment, but so is not dying. I'd make that decision now. The lightning rod's probably not going to last very long throughout all this because we're going to be just kind of dropping a foot wherever, but it is what it is. Let's get rid of these pine cones so I can carry more. And we'll be using those to create our future tree farm here. We just split the stack. I know it doesn't make much sense, but I still want the placeholder. Okay. Not gonna burn that yet. Let's chop this thing down first. So again, it probably will never save me. Let me get the old bell first. But it'll probably never save me. But I'm gonna wear the armor. I'm gonna wear that football helmet, even though it's a really broke football helmet. It's a little bit of security, okay? It's like one of the security blankets as a kid. It don't matter. I want it. So we'll equip this. We'll equip the armor. I'm not sure if like a foot coming down can break items, but I always put the Krampus sack like outside. I think what should be the radius. Call that foot down. There it goes. He's in the water, so you actually don't hear him stomping. That's actually really cool. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're friends. We're friends. We're all friends here. I do like that though, that it stomps in the water. I really want to see it when it steps in the water. Like actually go look at the foot. But of course, I'm too afraid that I'm going to get stepped on. That's pretty funny because you can hear him hit the water, it just like splashes. That's cool. That is actually really cool. So this is the last batch of this tree farm. I have almost 3 full chests now of logs, and I'm more than likely going to go ahead and refine a lot of them up into, you know, the actual boards. That's going to be huge. I'm going to burn these stumps. I'm going to relocate the pine cones to the left so they don't catch on fire, but I'm going to burn all these things, and we're going to start just spamming pine cones like I have never spammed before. Bird, shut up. I hear you. Stupid bird. I haven't been fishing for flotsams now that we're near the water in quite a while, but I'm not sure if I have gotten all of the little pieces. I feel like I'm missing 1 or 2. Got the boot. I think we got the sextant. We got the toy boat. There's like anchor. We got that. I feel like there's 1 more. It's been a while, so I don't really remember. It has been actually quite a long time. However, shipwrecked. Oh my god. Still hyped for that. I'm hearing that originally it was planned to be standalone, like separate from the actual game. But now they've changed it over, so it's going to be a lot like, say, caves. Like it's spelunking, so it'll generate a cave or something, and then you can keep that in your world. So it's looking like we theoretically, I think that they said they're going to, is in a new world you have it, you'll have access to that content. In your old world, I think they said they're going to make it more difficult for you to have access to the content, but you can. So you could technically probably get it on this world, whatever shipwreck is going to be. But I'll probably end up making like a new world or something for that eventually. I mean, that's going to come out in like another month or so. I don't know. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that it's going to be DLC rather than something separate. So like, it stacks onto the existing content. I like that. Like, why not make the base game, as amazing as it is, last even longer. Don't really see a need to separate it, which I think that's what happened with like a lot of the community since it was originally planned to be a separate thing. I think a lot of people, like, their feedback is what changed it, which is good. I mean, hey, if the developers are listening, that's awesome. Don't you hate developers like, no, fuck you. We're doing it this way. I like those. I'm not saying I like a developer that, you know, just kind of is a pushover and listens to everything, but listening to some feedback is good. I mean, if there is one clear winner, this or this, business makes sense in a business sense to go with it. But I like the fact that they're listening. That's quite nice to know. I can't really hold any of these. I was gonna hold them with my third hand, but I can take a stack. We can drop these off. We can cycle out all of the logs and then burn all these things down. And we're gonna be planting trees for some time. And there goes the lightning rod. So again, saw that coming. Sucks, but saw it coming. Let's try to get over here on these fireflies. And then I keep forgetting, I want to go check those beefalo. I want to see. I have a feeling there's going to be a dead one. Doesn't make me happy. Of course, if it did die, then the spiders would have eaten the meat. But I want to see what they did to all those spiders. I have a feeling they broke the nest, too. Thermalstone is very, very cold at the moment. Didn't I fill these up completely? Yeah, I did. So what we're going to be doing is making these into boards to save some space. Almost calls for another log chest, if you ask me. That's awesome. That's quite awesome. So let's go over here. The torch is about to die, but I have a backup one. I don't want to cut into the backup one yet. I'm going to get this fire raging. When this torch wears off, we'll slap on the Lazy Explorer. Man, I really wanted to plant the tree farms. I really wanted to plant the pine cones this episode, but there was just too much to do. I will eat one of these meatballs. Totally worth it. Sanities, we're maxed out on sanities. I mean, we're at 99. Now we're 100. Close enough. So we're maxed out. We've recovered. We recovered. Thank you, Tam O'Shanter. Speaking of recovering, one of you more broken than one of the other? Yes, you are. Go ahead and just use you completely on the Tam O'Shanter. Feels good. Kind of a waste by 1%, so I'm just gonna not use it. I'm happy with 81%. That's good. Good thing Resource got all of these pine cones. We're gonna be using these plus the stack that's over there. And I'll have to bring some logs home. I have a feeling we're gonna have a hound attack soon. If Deerclops is gonna come, he's gonna be coming after me shortly. Got 4 days, and once this night ticks over, it's gonna be 3 days till spring. So he does not have a lot of time to rear his ugly head. No, he does not. I could run for it. I could run for it, but we just got our sanity back up. Ah, screw it. It's going to become day soon. There's the beauty of the fireflies. Run, firefly to firefly to firefly. Not good for your sanity, but if you run out of light, a boss is fighting you or chasing you or something, those fireflies are indispensable. I love it. So we broke that old bell, right? Yes, I don't see it in my inventory. There's a few remaining logs to pick up. There's also like a tree guard or two that's out and about right now. I see the one. I thought there was another. And I will pick up those pine cones after I pick up these logs. And we're going to go ahead and just burn this down. I think there's a stack of logs here. Yes, sir. Okay, so we'll just burn these. We'll head over to these, and we'll burn those as well. Of course, again, pick up the pine cones first. The last thing I need to do is lose that many. Not that the fire should spread that far, but why the hell wouldn't you at least try to protect it? So, there's a couple on the ground there. There's one here I can hold. I guess I can't hold on that one. I can combine this stack then. That should be fine. I'll pick up my third hand here in a sec. We're good. We're good. Tree, aren't you mad at me, Tree? I just look what I just did. I'm a dick. All right, let's throw these down. Let's get rid of this little rinky-dink tree. That'll probably get him pretty upset with me. Yeah, you're gonna get pretty upset. You know what? I've been wanting to do this. Get mad. Get mad, bruh. Okay, these guys are no longer mating. However, is this herd mating? No, they're not. So that stopped rather quickly. They did break the spider nest, though. They broke the spider nest. There's a lot of eggs. There's a spider hat. I don't want spider hats. I'll just appease the tree guard. I was going to use spiders or something, or even beefalo to make him angry, but I'll just appease him by slapping down some pine cones. I don't want to walk him into the tooth traps. We've seen how that works. Honestly, that's not ideal. I don't like that. The amount of tooth traps it takes to kill him, it's a little bit obnoxious. So he'll probably come after me here in a second. Hopefully he sees that I'm planting the pine cones, and then I'm a good boy. And I also don't want to have Lazy Explorer equipped. Love me, tree guard. Forgive me. Forgive me for all I have done. He has forgiven me. He's quick to forgive. I chopped down one of his babies in front of him. What's he do? Gives up killing me because I planted a pine cone. Fair trade. Fair trade. We're gonna start getting stuff in our way, and of course the ammo will start getting cold. So this is not like the end of this line, but I could go that far before I had to change direction. So let's continue to go this way. Let's head up to our tree farm. Let's head up to our tooth traps. Get warm. That's 40 down. I mean, I'm not gonna like bring these up to my to my tooth traps. I don't want any Bigfoot feet up here. Nope. I don't want to break my fires. We're honestly a little bit close to my taste as is. We should be okay. But so far so good. So far so good. We have a whole lot more pine cones to use. Let's get toasty. Let's get warm. Eat them meatballs. Yum yum. So it's looking like, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wrap the episode up right now, though, guys. So the old two tree farms, we've cycled them out. I have more logs than I actually have space for at home, which that's insane. That's never even happened. We're going to be placing quite a few pine cones down, and the hope is one use of the old bell will get me a lot more logs than it used to. Deerclops still has some time to come after me, so do a few hounds. Spring is going to be coming up here within the next episode or two, so that'll be fun. Still want to head back to the ruins. There's still a whole lot to explore down there, but you got to deal with the seasons as you can. Ah, God, summer. a little bit till we can go caving again, isn't it? Alright guys, wrapping it up here. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you next time.